Hey, this is Tony Benton of Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. We're asking you to make a difference and invest in our independent organization so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love. We need your help. We're kicking off our summer campaign to support Rainier Avenue Radio. From now until August 1st, we're asking you to make a gift in support of our work. Your collective contribution support programs like Call to Conscience Museum, Make Music Day, our summer youth classes, and our generational wealth campaign. Go to rainieravenue.radio.world and click donate to make a gift. Thank you for partnering with us to amplify diverse voices in our community.
This is Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Hello, everybody. This is Tina Lombard, and I am from Bank of England Mortgage. And with us, we have
Violeta Strash with John L. Scott, Kent North.
Yes, and thank you. Yes, thank you, and welcome everybody to Real Estate and Money, where we talk about all the current trends in real estate and in mortgages. And we're going to start off today with, once again, an update on mortgages and an update on real estate. But then we're going to talk about the 4th of July. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to do that before you do the mortgages?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm going to say happy birthday, Daniel. It was yesterday. I know, happy belated, but I want everyone to wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Daniel. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Sound effects. So let's go ahead. Go ahead, V. You go ahead and start with your real estate first.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
So our inventory updates for the market. King County, we have active listings at 446 homes and pending at 362, sold in this past week, 452 at an average price of $1,167,000. Last year, same time, $1,107,000. So that's a 5% increase there. And I'm not going to tell you about the changes from year to year with days on the market and all that. So for some reason, I don't have access to June of this year. Anyway, we move on to Pierce County, where we see active listings at 219 homes being listed, pending 118, and sold at 208 homes. Average price of $610,000. Last year it was $600 even. See a little 2% increase there. And then we move on to Snohomish County, where we see active 152 homes, pending 158 homes, and sold in the past week 176, an average price of $859,000. Last year, the average price was $809, 6% increase in Snohomish County. So there you have the inventory counts for the past week for our 3 favorite counties in Western Washington.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about mortgages.
Yes.
Mortgages have been getting very exciting right now. The mortgages actually have gone down just about, almost a half a point since the last previous weeks. So the average 30-year fixed rate is at 6.594. That's an average APR.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. So finally, right? Finally, oh my gosh. Okay. So looking here at June 4th, on June 4th, the rates are a little bit higher, and today is, of course, a little bit lower, but the June 4th indicators show that the 5-year ARM is at 7.46, and the 30-year was at 6.8. So now today we're at 6.5. And then the 5-year ARM the 15-year ARM is at 5.825. So the rates are coming down just a little bit. So what's going on when the rates do go down, of course, more people get in the market. And one of the reasons why they have the rates go up, but the Federal Reserve kept the interest rates high, is because they wanted the housing market to cool off a little bit. They felt that the houses were being priced above value. And so it was driving with the prices of houses and was driving down the amount of people who were able to purchase. So now the rates are coming down just a little bit. So in this next week or so, you're going to start seeing more people out there making offers on homes. So for those of you who are out there and you're like, okay, well, I want to wait another 2 weeks and see if the interest rates go down a little bit lower. Well, that's all great and dandy. Just go out there and try and find a house right now, because there's a lot of people out there who are thinking, oh, I'm just going to wait until the rates go down. I'm going to make an offer. And so everybody's going to try and make an offer 2 or 3 weeks from now. But if you can get in and you find a house this weekend, and let's say the interest rates are trending down, you don't necessarily have to lock your rate. You can wait till the interest rates keep going down and then lock in that house. Because as you know out there, when interest rates go down and people can qualify for more, the competition starts getting rougher and rougher. So if you're looking for a house, this may be a small, beautiful little window for you to go out there, because some of the sellers are like, okay, come on, let's get some people. Come on, somebody make an offer. And you'll be right there. When the interest rates go down, you can lock your rate when the interest rates go down. But you want to get there before the crowd comes, when interest rates start really going down, because you're going to be priced out of the market and the prices of the homes are going to start going up because so many people are going to be making offers. So does that make sense?
It's so busy out there right now. And what if it changes? What if it goes the other way?
Yeah. What if it goes out?
You're going to miss out.
You're going to miss out. Yeah.
Do it now. Why wait?
Yeah. It's something, because, I took 8 years of college. I was a stockbroker. I took all these crazy mathematical, financial, government tests, so on and so forth. Yet somebody just rolls out and they're like, well, let me play the market. Let me do the best. And they don't try to take any advice from anybody. So, that's great if you have your own gut instinct, so on and so forth. But if you've got lenders, you've got mortgage people, you've got bankers, you've got realtors that are telling you it's a good time to buy, it's not just a guess. It's a calculated guess. We actually look at the market trends. So, it's a very interesting time in history, V, because rates,
totally.
Rates at like 6.8 or whatever they are, 6.59 right now, they're actually 1 point higher than they were last year. So remember last year, the interest rates were like 5.5, 5.6.
Sure.
And I had so many people who were like, well, I'm just not going to lock my rate because, the rates they're going to go down. They're going to go down. And they never went down. And so we can't play the market. We're not psychics or mediums or anything like that. We're just, we look at the calculations. We hear what the government is trying to do. If they're telling us that the interest rates may go up again because the houses have not, started settling, then chances are they're going to go up. There's a lot of mortgage rates are tied to the bonds. They're tied to the economy. They're tied to the Federal Reserve fund. There's so many different factors that go into it. We can make a calculated guess, but rest assured, it's not just a gut guess. It's something that we do a calculated. We spend days and days talking to analysts about what we should do, where the rates are going to go. So it's not just a gut guess from us. It's a very, very detail-oriented, calculated, paid analysis of what we think the plan is going to be.
So listen to her. She knows.
Yes, listen to me. Okay.
And she's doing your financing. So she's that close to what the rates are.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
every day it changes, right, Tina?
Every day it changes. But the thing that has been constant in Seattle and has been constant in Denver is that our houses have been hiking upward. That's constant. And I can't say that about every place in the U.S. because the economy drives the value of the houses. You have a very strong economy in Seattle. You got the Boeings, you got the Microsofts, you've got, everything up there, Nintendo, you've got all these Starbucks. It's a very robust, there's a lot of trade. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in Seattle where the economy is very, very strong. So that attracts a lot of people who want to get paid good money and work in these big cities. So that economy is very strong. Same here with Denver. We have a lot of space out here. We have a lot of technology, computers, and it's in the middle of the U.S. We have a lot of the arms of the military here. So our economy is very strong. So whether the interest rates are at 2% or the interest rates are at 8% or 7%, it makes no difference because this has been the trend. It's been going up here. So I tell people, if you need to buy, just get off your, I don't wait until it's 2%, whatever. Don't do that, because you can have a 2% home at worth $200,000. You can have an 8% rate and your house goes up to $800,000. The value of the house is going up. Just get in the house no matter what. Get the most that you can buy, and just go from there. But don't give these landlords all your money when you can actually build your own equity and get your own tax write-off.
Oh yeah. Do you have a lot of investors?
I have a lot of
landlords, investors that want to flip for rental property or.
Well, yeah. I love my investors, and I have a lot of them. I do those DSCR loans where we just basically make sure that the cash flow is more than the mortgage payment. It's got 20% down. We do the loan. I have got so many people now who are investors, and they own like maybe four or five properties, or duplexes or triplexes or fourplexes, and they're making a lot of money, and I love them. Okay, but the thing is, their renters also they're paying a lot of money, these landlords. So if you're an investor, buy as many rental properties as you can. And I've got people in Connecticut, I've got people in Indiana, Florida, Texas, Colorado, and they're snatching up. It's like Monopoly. They're snatching up everything, and they're getting good rents. And so that tells people, if you're renting, you're giving all your money to the landlords. They're making a lot of equity. They're making a lot of cash flow. So if you don't own a house, either be a landlord or be a homeowner, because that's when you get the tax benefits and that's when you get the cash flow.
And what I've been seeing too is around the 500,000 range. Perfect for investors who want to swoop in and take these homes from people who probably want to buy, make an offer too, but they're paying cash.
Yes.
A lot of investors paying cash as they can.
See, okay, here's the thing here. If you don't want to listen to your banker, you don't want to listen to your mortgage broker, watch what the investors are doing. Because it's a calculated guess on what they're doing. If they're buying houses in a certain area and they're beating you because of their cash, guess why they're buying everything cash? Because they know the property value is going to go up. It is not a guess to them. You've got large companies, I know here in Colorado we have large companies and houses that are in distress, or they're a little ugly or just a little cosmetically warped. These investment companies are coming in with cash and they're buying stuff up. Why are these companies buying these houses up? Because they know the value is going to go up. So if you're fighting with an investor, you're probably looking in the right place, because investors know, I want this house, So the trick, and I was talking to Violeta about this earlier, the trick is that there's a certain level where investors will buy stuff cash because they know they're going to make their money back in rent and everything else and appreciation. There comes a point where the mortgage is too high for the rent to actually be positive. And that's where the investors drop out. And that, unfortunately, is where a lot of these buyers, single buyers who are trying to buy a house, that's where you have to be at. You have to be right above where the investors are willing to invest. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you're buying it because this is where you want to live. The investors are buying it because they want to fix it up and make it as a rental or flip it. And so if you're in the 500 range or the $400,000 range, you're competing with big companies that are just throwing cash at these sellers. So you have to get just a little bit above that. Get a little bit above that where their mortgage or their rent, it's just not worth it to them anymore because they can't get the rent back from their investment. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I tell my clients, you just, don't just try to go for rock bottom. Like I did, I bought the cheapest house in the block when everything doubled. Everybody else who bought $300,000 homes had $600,000, and my $150,000 home ended up $300,000. So don't buy the cheapest house in the block. You always want to invest in something that's appreciating. So too many times I see people, they're like, well, Tina, I don't know if I qualify for $800,000, but they have an SUV that they're paying $1,700 a month on. And I'm like, what? What? You don't have a garage to put that thing in, So I'm like, you don't want, you want to invest in a car that's going to go from like $89,000 to $29,000 in like 5 years. Don't do that. I tell people to stop it. Just with I don't care if you need a shoestring. If you need to tie a car together and just roll down the street with it, buy a house first. Do not invest in a car or a boat or in Louis Vuitton. Okay, don't do that. Get a house, because a house that you buy at like $800,000 is going to go to $900,000 or $10,000. You get a car at $89,000, that thing is going to depreciate. And so a lot of times
when you drive off the lot,
they put the key in your hand. You drive it off. You might as well buy a car that's 3 years or 4 years young or old. But I tell you right now, you've got clients who say, well, I don't want to go 800,000. And it's like, well, get rid of your $800 a month car. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? And they're like, I had $200,000 put down. Well, why don't you just buy a car for $30,000? You can't find a car for $30,000 until you at least buy your house. So when people say, oh, I don't want to go up higher. I don't want to spend an extra $200 a month. Get rid of your car, get rid of your expensive lifestyle, just cut back for just a little bit. Once you get into your house, you can make those adjustments and buy your cars again. But now, as far as getting a home, you'll have your home behind you already. You already own your home, and you can act crazy after you have a home. But before you have a home, it's not the time to act crazy. If you feel like, well, I don't want to pay that much money a month, well, get rid of your 3 cars that you've got for your sister, your daughter, your son, your wife, and they're all SUV, Mercedes SUVs. You just get yourself back to reality. Get yourself a house, and buy the top of your level.
Because Tina, explain to them the debt to income ratio, because when you're incurring all these, high-end luxury items, your debt.
Oh yeah.
Going to drive you out of the market.
It's going to drive you. It's going to drive you insane before it drives you out of the market. But a lot of people, I tell you what, I get a lot of people, and they don't understand. Let's say you make $10,000 a month. Okay, so the government will classically, or any loan will classically give you maybe 45% of that. So will allow you to have 45% of debt on your books. So let's say you make $10,000 a month, just for simplicity, and the max you can have is $4,500. So if you buy a house and your payments are $3,500, you have $1,000 left to buy a car, for credit cards and everything else. Okay. And so let's say that you make $10,000 a month. Let's say we're allowing you $4,500 and your car payment is $1,000. No, your car payment is $1,000. Your credit cards are $1,000. Guess what? You only have $2,500 left over to buy a house. And that's not going to get you much. Let me move for a second. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So that is something you want to be aware of. And, it's very tempting, V. And I was like this too. When you're young, you're like, I got to have a car. I got to have a badass car. If I have a great car, people don't think I'm hot, right? And so you drive around your little Mercedes, little convertible coupe Mercedes, hot red, But then you drive around the corner in a little shack. You live in a little shack with your parents or something like that, okay? Because your payments are so exorbitant that you can't afford anything. You can't afford an apartment. You can't afford a house. If you want to show up, have a birthday party at your house where you have a yard, you have appreciation, you have tax benefits, you have a 3-car garage. Then you've got equity, you've got yourself, you're building equity, you're building wealth for your family. That's what you need to show off. And so many times, if you have people who've got, I got the BMW, I got the this, I got the that, and it's like, where do you live? And there's silence, okay? I want to get a house, Tina. Then you need to put away those luxury items. You need to turn them in. You need to sell them. Do whatever you got to do. Stop getting credit cards. Stop getting credit cards. If you stop getting credit cards, your whole life will shift.
Or you're asking, where do you live? Oh, well, I'm renting an apartment.
Yeah.
No.
With elevators and dogs and little kids running around, and you can hear your neighbors.
I have a car. So I have my Mercedes, but I'm in an apartment. It's fine.
Yeah. So you got to change your consciousness, But once you get a house, your interest rates are lower, your car payments, everything is lower when you've got that much on your credit report. When you have a house on your credit report, all your interest rates to everything make you a lower risk because they know where you live now. You're not going to leave your house. So a lot of your payments get lower and lower. So, but before we move on, we better get to our 4th of July, huh?
Well, actually, I have a couple of announcements. Can I do that? This will be our little break before we get to our events. Okay. I want to say congratulations to Kuya Burt and Company at Phil-Am Radio. They've had their 300th show, so yay! Congratulations to Phil-Am and crew.
So me and Violeta worked at Salem Communications.
Yeah,
and they were like, "We need more people," and I called up Kuya Burt. And was it Slugo Rigor?
Slugo and Bert. It was a Bert and Bebot show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Before
Tita Ganda.
Right? And so I said, "Come on over." And so So you guys are close to our hearts. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So well done. 300th show. Okay, and a little promo. Gotta tell you, Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. We are asking you to make a difference, help us make a difference, and invest in our independent organizations so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love, like, Phil-Am Radio and Real Estate and Money, of course. And we are kicking off our summer campaign to support Rainier Avenue Radio. From now until August 1st, we're asking you to please make a gift in support of our work. Go to RainierAvenueRadio.world and click on the Donate to Make a Gift. Every gift matters, and we are working to raise the resources needed to fund our programming. So please help us out until August 1st and make a donation. We would love to honor each and every one of you.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay.
So great.
Thank you. All right. So 4th of July.
Yes.
A lot of things happening. And let's talk about Denver. What's happening over there right now?
Well, in Denver, of course, it's just same thing with Seattle. Fireworks and shows start July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So, of course, in Denver, we've got Coors Field is going to be having fireworks. Also in Glendale, which is right outside of Denver, they're going to be having fireworks on the 2nd. And that's right there in Infinity Park. Let me see, Saturday 1st, yes. And then Saturday, July 1st, also the Colorado Rockies post-game fireworks. So there will be fireworks at the Rockies post-game afterwards. Fort Lumpton, Glendale, we got Denver. So, of course, on July 4th, there's different things going on here. I personally, I play with the Prince tribute rock band, Violeta. I don't know if you know that.
Woo!
Yeah, I do all the, all the Philly stuff and whatever. We're going to be performing at Carpenter Field up there in Thornton on July 4th. But Arvada has fireworks displays. Aurora also has a 4th of July spectacular. Boulder also will have stuff on the 4th of July. Breckenridge, Brighton, Broomfield, Brush, Castle Rock, all of the 4th of July festivals will actually happen on July 4th in the major cities. So what's going on in Seattle?
Okay, Daniel, you want to pull up that calendar of events? Yes, there's a lot of things, but I want to highlight a few. Edmonds. We start out July 1st, Edmonds, the wine walk. Why can't you? Yeah, every month should start out with a wine something or other, right? And there are free music downtown in all the Seattle parks, July 7th through September 8th at Westlake, Occidental Square, and the Bell Street Park. Renton River Days is happening July 21st to the 23rd. And then those silly Seafair Pirates are landing in Alki July 8th. The Bite of Seattle, another big local community event at the Seattle Center, July 21st to the 23rd. Capitol Hill has a rock concert happening the 21st to the 23rd. And then concerts at the park at Marymore. Those are always so much fun. That's July 8th through September 16th. You bring $10 cash to park, bring your blanket and chairs, and you're good to go. In West Seattle, there's a parade on the 22nd. Concerts at San Michelle, one of my favorite venues in the area, July 1st through September 22nd. So take a look at their website to see who all is playing there. All-Star Games, July 11th at T-Mobile Park, the Mariners hosting All-Star Games. My son's going to be there every day. And then there's a whole list of concerts that right above the baseball, Daniel, there's a list of concerts. Charlie Puth was one of them showing up, and then there's a Taylor Swift concert coming up too. And then the King County Fair in Enumclaw. Those are my all-time favorites. But as you can see, there's a whole month of different events happening. Right. And then leading on to Seafair, which is next month. So busy. Tacoma has their fireworks display, and Lake Union and Elliott Bay fireworks there too. But be safe out there. Right. And talking about safety. Yeah. What do we have?
Well, let's talk about this really quick. First of all, I want to talk, because I know we have a few minutes left, but I want to talk about what fireworks are legal or illegal. Now, I'm not quite sure about Washington, but I think they mimic Colorado. There are illegal fireworks and there are legal fireworks. Okay, so illegal fireworks are fireworks like firecrackers, cherry bombs, bottle rockets, mortars, M80s, which I used to always blow up, Roman candles. Anything that flies off the ground is illegal in most places. And there are some things that are, there are some legal things like fountains, snake or glowworms, ground spinners, illuminating torches, dipsticks, sparklers, and toy propellants, noisemakers. So things that don't really explode or fly through the air are somewhat legal. But you want to express caution in places like U.S. national parks, state parks, local parks, golf courses, forests, city streets, and most other public places. So here in Colorado, it is the wild, wild west. And I'm telling you, my neighborhood, even though a lot of these things are illegal, they are going off like crazy. Every other house has like fireworks going off. So we really don't have to go to a firework display.
Yeah.
But it's really of caution. I'm always with my dog every year because he freaks out. So we want to give a few tips for your dogs. Make sure that your dogs are actually inside the house. Do not take them to the park like I did sillily, but don't take them to the park because it's going to freak them out. And dogs actually run away during the 4th of July. You will not find them. They'll either hurt themselves or just run too far to find their way back. So make sure that that the dogs are inside. And if you can have somebody with them during the fireworks, that's always best. If you cannot, make sure that there is a kennel or something. If they are in a case, or what do we call it? If they're in a space where they can be contained with blankets and stuffed animals and some of your
toys. Yeah. And then Daniel, what about your cat, Linda? What do you do? Can you pipe in?
Well, you want me to finish this list really quick, V? Really quick.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You want to distract your if you can put some soothing music on, if you have to be away, or keep some TV noise on, some noises that are familiar to them. There are some calming wraps. You can get a vest that you can, it's called a calming wrap that you can put on your dogs, or you can actually get some supplements. There are some CBD supplements, or there's some supplements you can get from your vet to calm your dogs down so they're not anxious. Now, there are some breeds that are very, very sensitive to sound, even the big dogs. Sometimes they're more sensitive to small dogs. But do not assume that your dog, thank you, Daniel. Yes. Do not assume that your dog is just, he's a big dog. Who cares? Sometimes those bigger are more sensitive to sound than the little ones.
Yeah.
So make sure, and your cats, I forgive me, I should have done something on cats. I think cats are like pretty smart. I mean, but, and dogs though, they're just like, dogs need people in times where they're scared. Dogs need people. And people don't understand that. So make sure that your dogs are sealed away. They're somewhere safe with some good noise and some familiar surroundings during the 4th of July.
And Daniel, real quick, what about your cat?
Yeah. He says that cats do get pretty spooked. Yeah. Same thing too with cats. If you can be home, if you've got a lot of animals, don't just leave them there. They're frightened. Just like having a little kid at home, they're frightened. So your cats, especially, they can get lost too. I got a chip in my dog. I don't know if you can put chips in cats. Can you put chips in cats, Daniel? I don't know if you can, but if my dog's run away, mine has one. Yes, so he has a chip in his cat because 4th of July, you don't know where your cats are. You somewhat know where your dogs are, but a lot of them will run off. So make sure you close all your doors, and close all your windows, know where your animals are during the 4th of July, because if they run off, you don't want to lose one of your loved ones. So and don't bring him. I don't know why. I was in an apartment building in Glendale, Colorado, and I watched my dog, and that building had half the owners had pets, and all I heard was screaming and howling from all of the animals. They were right underneath the Infinity Park where all the fireworks were going off, and all I could hear was howling, screaming, and crying from these dogs. So it was very, very sad. If you can be with your dog, be with your, go to the fireworks on July 1st or 2nd or 3rd somewhere else, but during the big day, maybe be with your dog somewhere quiet. Or your cat. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's about it, huh?
That it? All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for joining us today on our special July 4th episode. And again, congratulations to Kuyabert and Philam Radio. We'll see you guys next week, 2:30 on Tuesday.
Yes, at 3:30 here in Colorado. Next I know. I'm Tina Lombard with Bank of England Mortgage.
And Violeta Strash with John L. Scott, Kent North.